Long journey. Looking forward to our life in the future, which is very bright. Abundance, new opportunities, a journey. Hi, Emily. How are you? I'm doing good. Do you have a question for the tarot? Okay, what's your question? Hmm. I'm sorry to hear that. Definitely, that must be very inconvenient. Now, I can't do reading based on medical conditions. I can give you a reading based on the situation if that's okay. Let's try and see what the tarot says. Okay, it shows here that you feel somewhat abandoned by others based on the situation or your condition, rather, but you seem as though you're a fighter. Now, it also shows here that there is someone or something watching over you based on the situation. Because you certainly do feel powerless. I mean, I can see that here. Do you know someone that watches over you, or do you have someone maybe in your past or your family that watches over you, or someone that you consider to be family that watches over you? I'm getting maybe a male, a gentleman of some sort. Okay, your mom. Okay, you definitely have the feeling of being chopped. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay. Um, Based on the cards in general, it shows right now you're in the middle of this feeling, but there's a lot of cards that are showing an ending process as well. Um, for example, this card is the five, which represents Oh, okay. So she doesn't have understanding. No, yeah. Okay. Okay. That would explain this card then. Does she ever show any type of empathy at all? Because I understand I have a nerve condition also where the left side of my body just goes numb. So I understand where you're coming from. I really do. But I'm showing that even though you may feel alone, there is someone watching over you who is deceased, who's not living. And even though you feel alone and that is too much to handle and you feel blindsided, there is a new opportunity that's coming. So she doesn't believe you at all anymore. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Okay, now this card, all the cards here, they're kind of leading towards sorrow. But what's interesting is this card, and this card are showing endings. So your loneliness is going to end, being that you're not able to see around you or see the situation as a whole. That's going to end. And then this card signifies journey, although it's a rough journey, which I'm sure you can relate to. In the background, there's land and people are traveling over water. So that means in the future, even though things don't look good right now, it's going to be very positive. And that's also what these two cards mean as well, because they're signifiers of new beginnings. So you have somebody that's watching over you that's deceased, along with new opportunity that brings you to the outcome of where you're headed. So all of this is going to bring you better opportunity in the end. So no worries there. Everything will pass. I hope that helped a little bit. Do you know somebody who is deceased? Okay. Okay, your mother is deceased. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, the illness is something that the universe gives you, just like I have the nerve condition. It's because the universe knows you can handle it, and the universe knows that you can move beyond it. So it's not always clear why this happens within our lifetime, but fortunately, according to the reading and the cards, you're certainly going to move beyond that. But I'm showing someone else besides your mom. And this could be someone deep in the past. It could be a 2 or 3 generations ago. But I'm getting an older male, someone who's like an uncle, perhaps. Um, someone who was very fond of you, who still is, of course, in the afterlife, they're watching over you. Yes, that's definitely true. Based on the journey that you're on, yes. It's showing the strife and the struggle, but also in the end, it shows a lot of light and happy endings. So definitely. Okay. That's who could actually be, because I am showing juggling. So your uncle might be the one. Were you close to him? Possibly. Okay. Now show your uncle was actually very wise, and many people came to him for advice. But you yourself show a great deal of caring towards others. So that's very, very important, because you yourself have a lot to give. And with your uncle by your side, it seems like this is your correct path. And he is certainly helping you, because you're struggling or you're juggling something between your illness and your life and why and how. And it seems like to me, for you, it's not only physical, but mental as well, trying to find an answer. But he's going to guide you with that answer in order for you to give yourself to others. Does that make more sense? I'm still showing a need. But the fool, there's always new beginnings. Because I'm showing here, hmm, yeah, this is in relation to your uncle. This is him helping you. And then, of course, this is definitely new beginnings. You just have to be careful. But that's coming soon, too. Oh, wow. Okay. This is a beautiful card. This is the star, and it means a lot, because from the second card pull, you're juggling your uncle's help to guide you so you can help others. I'm showing here you really is trying to help, even in the worst of times, although he's not physically there with you. But in the end, you are going to have an adventure. And the star is always a beautiful card because it's always good things. You let go of what's happening and you give into what is meant for to happen for you. So it seems like everything is going to turn out just beautiful for you. But if your uncle comes to you in your dreams, or if you sense him, do you know how to open yourself up or do you meditate at all? You try to meditate. Okay. Can you feel your uncle around you? Because I'm guessing that he is around you and he is someone that is trying to get messages to you that he's trying to assist you. But if he's sending you messages, definitely listen to them. Okay. Yeah, you definitely want to listen to what he has to say and let him guide you. That's what he's there for. That's all he's trying to tell you. He's just trying to help. You do? Okay. Yeah, the cards just, well, three cards just fell out of the deck when I was shuffling them. It shows here that your uncle and you together can make things happen, which he is the bringer of good news. We have children. Okay, if that's what he told you, then certainly abide by that because I'm showing a celebration here, which it seems like you're going to be doing a lot better in about 6 more months. Yes, there is a lot of celebration coming on. What you have to learn is when he's giving you the messages, this card shows that you're fighting, but you really can't see. So, what you need to do is take off the blindfold and you'll be able to see what's around you. And in the end, again, there's another card of celebration. So, he's there, he's guiding you. You just have to open up, listen, and go from there. And that's it. It's actually quite simple. Do you keep a journal when you receive these messages about the date, time, what you feel when these things happen? Okay, it would be a good thing if you did, even if it's just a notebook that you get from Walmart or the dollar store. When you get these messages or feelings, it's just a small little notebook and just write down what you're feeling, the date, the time. Oh, okay. You do remember the messages. Okay. Well, when you look at them, are they synchronized? Do they make sense in a pattern as you get them? Or have you even looked at it that way? That would be something that a journal could be useful for, is when you write them down, then you can physically see the pattern. And once something comes up, you can just look at the message that you received that you wrote down and the synchronity between the current situation, what your question is, and what the message was prior. Okay. Well, just buy a tiny little notebook. It doesn't have to be anything big, just something that you could fit in your pocket or carry with you in a purse or a bag. But I do it. I keep a daily journal. I have two. I have one for daily journaling and I have one for dreams. So as soon as I wake up, if I have a dream, so I don't forget it, I'll write it down. Even if it's not a lot of information, the specifics you can write down and then you can determine what exactly the message is. But of course, since you have faith in God, please don't give up your faith in God either. I'll just turn this up for 1 second. Hello. Just making sure my candles are burning okay. Okay. Well, faith is definitely a good thing, as you and I both know. God always has something good for everybody. It's just the path that you're taking in order to get there. And that's very true. Oops. So try the journal, see what happens. And if you want to come back to me, you're more than welcome to. I usually post that I'll be live here about 24 to 48 hours in advance. This time I didn't because it was spur of the moment. I thought you would pop back in. Hello. Yeah, I moved from my studio in front of the fireplace in the dining room. Here, let me give you a glimpse. Hello. uh, sure, Emily, if you'd like to. It's not like I have a line of people looking to ask questions tonight. Please feel free. Mm-hmm. Okay, the relationship, and his name is Michael. Hmm. Let's see. Wow. Someone ended that relationship because they were looking for new ventures. Is that true? Ooh. Okay. The Lover's card came up. Oh wow. Okay. That's not good. Okay, yeah. It's funny because it shows the same card here as your other reading when we started, and that is people leaving and you're gathering your belongings. The Lover's card shows up, which shows the relationship that you had, but it also signifies that one of you was looking beyond the relationship somehow into other ventures, if you would. Um, so this would explain why you're standing alone. And it wasn't too long ago, was it, that this happened? I'm showing it a little while ago. Maybe between 6 months and a year, maybe less. Okay. Are you thinking about getting back together with him? I'm kind of seeing that too. I'm showing. Oh, okay. Well, that's really up in the air because I have the Wheel of Fortune, which is kind of a spin on things. It's not necessarily a good card or a bad card, it's an if by chance card. So, what you're looking at is, yeah, he may apologize, he may not apologize. But the final card in this reading is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles really is about a woman who knows what she wants, knows where she's going, so on and so forth. And I think this is you, honestly, because the card is reminding you in the long run to stand your ground either way, that he would apologize or not apologize. Um, I would probably say he's probably not going to, because there's a card here saying he's standing alone, and that's a newer card in the deck. It doesn't look like anything will come from it, but the tarot does say most definitely stand your ground, put yourself on a pedestal if you don't already, just like you did in that relationship when you left him. Although unfortunately, with a bad situation, you were smart enough to do exactly what you needed to do. So keep in mind to continue to do exactly what you feel is right. But I don't see him asking for forgiveness or apologizing or anything. Yeah, you're definitely a giver, and he's more of a taker. And I'm sorry that he hurt you, but you did the right thing. The question is, in a relationship, especially when you're wondering if he'll ever apologize, have you forgiven yourself to move on? Because that's the most important aspect, is not forgiveness of the opposing party, but to gain forgiveness within yourself for allowing you to go through a situation like that. Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, you do like him. Okay. I mean, there's no saying that if you were to reach out to him, and if you sat down with him and talked, there's that card again. If you sat down and you talked with him, there may be an apology that comes out of it, but he's not going to do it on his own. There's a card of opportunity. Let's pull one more card, see what happens. Let's break this up and do best chance. Okay, yes. This makes sense, actually. Okay, your card came up again to where you're alone. Someone left. Same situation. You got your stuff together. The Ace of Cups is a card based on renewal, finding something new, gaining something. The water's trickling down from the cup. The dove is coming down, delivering something positive into the cup from the heavens. So that is definitely a good thing. If you move forward and talk to him, it looks like this would be a good situation because everything comes into balance at the end. So you may actually get that apology, but he's not going to be the first one to act upon it. You'd have to say, hey, let's sit down, let's have a chat, come over for coffee, what have you. And more than likely, things will pan out. Then you can decide what to do from there. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, this is showing a conversation. Flowers to grow. Yeah, I'm thinking this, if the information that I'm getting is, even though you're alone, the situation's over, there's that new opportunity for you to take control, for you to invite him over, which would create balance between you and him, which would lead to a really good conversation. That will promote growth between the two of you. And this card also is another growth card. So this could be planting the seed will go to your garden, which means the conversation will come to fruition and you'll get your apology as long as you make the first step. I don't think that Michael is mature enough as far as the situation is concerned for him to come forward on his own. I think you have to be the one that leads him to the conversation and just have a regular conversation, bring something up, and that's pretty much how it's going to go from there. It doesn't look like it's a bad situation. I would certainly go for it if that's your intention, is to get an apology. He just needs a little push. That's all. So you were more or less the leader in the relationship. You were guiding him a lot because of him acting more or less more immature than what he should be. Is that correct? Okay. Okay, if you don't go forward with the conversation or ask him, there could be unexpected outcomes of the opportunity, so the opportunity may not arise again. That's what this card is telling me, and it would be beyond your control if you don't take advantage of it. So he will continue, or he will feel like he is the king of the situation because you didn't take the opportunity, which would lead you to heartbreak or not getting the answer you're looking for. So, out of all this, going back to the original cards below these, is yes, definitely go for the opportunity, take advantage of the control that you do have. And I'm getting the feeling that he does not know that he really did hurt you. He doesn't know how that feels. And the conversation that you may have in this situation is going to turn it around. And that would definitely be a great thing for you because either A, you'll get the apology and you'll get closure, or I should say, he's going to gain understanding of exactly how you feel and what it feels like based on the situation that happened. But again, if you don't do that, you may lose that opportunity. Everything will fall apart. He will still feel like he's in control of that situation because you didn't step forward, and that may cause further heartbreak for you because you didn't get closure either way. So, according to this reading, I would say absolutely go for it because you may regret it, unfortunately. Do you have any other questions at all? I have about 7 more minutes. Then I jump over to TikTok. Okay, go ahead. Again, you're the only one here, so that's fine. Oh, I thought you liked Michael. Okay. Now, I can't give a direct reading about another person, but I can give you an idea about the situation. Because it's against my code of ethics for me to read about another person if they're not present. So we'll just do a general reading. Is that okay? Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm showing the star again, which again is a really, really good card. Um, it shows balance in the situation. The Ten of Cups, the Cups card are about life, and it's definitely a good card because it's a card of closure, really about life, which means you're done with one life cycle, you're headed on to the next. And then I'm also showing the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands actually is a knight who charges the situations, he brings about good news, so on and so forth. So this right here tells me that he's a pretty good guy, honestly. I think, not to get back to Michael, but I think the star is representing Michael. You need that closure because this showed up in the last reading. So if you get that closure and the balance with Michael, you can close that part of your life and you can move on if that's what you choose to do with Christian. Yes, I'm actually showing a new relationship that could be starting as well between two people. And it's very harmonious, very, very harmonious. It's actually good for your mental health as well. Okay, then Wheel of Fortune comes up again, which is relevant to the star, telling you to take that gamble on the situation with Michael to create closure. And then you can move forward with Christian, which seems to be very positive and also very good for you mentally. Does he know about your medical situation? Because that might be another gamble. Okay. I pulled a few more cards as you saw. Now, based on the gamble with Michael, you can go for it because you have a lot of what we call major arcana cards in this reading, and a lot of decision making, a lot of ending, a lot of new beginnings. So there's a lot of things going on. This is the current situation about what's going to happen. Let me start from the beginning. Make the decision to get your balance, close that part of your life, or end that relationship, turn that page in your book. Look towards the new person that's charging for you with the good news, which I'm assuming is probably Christian because he's good for your mental health. And there is a health symbol in this card too. So I'm guessing because of the Wheel of Fortune, once you tell him about your medical situation, he's probably going to be very understanding. Now, the Hierophant card is about authority. So you need to take control of the situation in your mind. Something you have to set straight with in your mind is that you're going to be okay, that you're going to move forward, that you are a very beautiful, beautiful soul. So please keep that in mind because I'm showing the struggle inside of your mind as well. You have an ongoing battle within yourself and you need to resolve that. And the reason why you're having these type of thoughts or situations within yourself is you have so many things to choose from that you're not sure which way to go. And again, I don't think that's just with on a relationship scale. I think that's everything put together as one. You have so many things that you want to think about, so many choices that you need to make that you may end up hurting yourself in the long run. So, as long as you follow this path, and as long as you are true to yourself, take a gamble with what you feel you should, embrace your medical condition with others. Get over the battle. Look at all of your choices. Again, this is another thing with journaling, or if you do a pros and cons list, it's very, very helpful with your decisions in your life of what you want to do, because I don't want to see you hurting yourself. That's what seems to be happening. Is it's all right now after this card here, it seems to be all up in your mind that you need to take control of it, of those situations, of those ongoing battles. Let's see what else we have. Okay. If you do that, then you'll end up with a very, very happy ending, not only within yourself, but within your life. You have a reason for celebration. You have the castle behind you. You have a beautiful, beautiful garland above you, which signifies friendship, family, celebration of life. So certainly get beyond whatever is in your mind, put it on paper, make those lists, do the pros and cons, start a journal, do whatever it is you need to do, because that's your biggest challenge right now, not the relationship thing. Although those are important things, but you really need to take a gamble on yourself and your mind and get these things clarified. Does that help too? I hope. Hope it's not too much information. But there's something there with him, with Christian. I mean, he's definitely a good person. He's gonna understand everything. And he seems like a very, very good soul. He really does. So yeah, just get everything in your mind on paper, settled, panned out, and everything will be absolutely fine. You're very welcome. Okay, guys, I have about 2 minutes left. I just want to go over a couple things on my store. I make things handmade. I make candles by hand. This is called Yule Tidings for the holidays. And it has a beautiful scent of the fig tree, spiced honey, a little bit of apples. I have the winter solstice, which is also a shimmering candle, just like the other one. When you light it, the mica powder in here will dance with the flames. It has a blue aura quartz, some orange peel for protection. It has mint for good fortune, and it also has rosemary for protection as well. For meditating, I use this candle myself. It's my best seller. It's called Calm. And this is not a shimmer candle, but it does have clear quartz, lemon peel, lavender, and a little bit of mint. The oils that I use in this one for the scent are lavender, vanilla, and lemon. So they're all really good. They're on sale at spiritoftwilight.com for the holidays. But I thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope you have a fantastic holiday. Take care. Bye.